backpedaling our brakes, again, Damon went to his right there. He's going to plant off his left foot. He's not going to drop step, lose transition. He's reading that hip. Everything maintains and is the same from period 1 to whenever. From the first quarter to the fourth quarter, it doesn't change. There he is now as he looks back inside. That quarterback's not really sure what he's doing, whether he's in zone or man. Neither is the wide receiver. As the wide receiver came to the line, he looked at him and wasn't sure. He may have an inside alignment, but is he playing man or is he playing zone? Set, hit. As Damon drives off, he sits there, bang. All right, the next thing we're going to talk about is press technique. All right, obviously our press technique at Ohio State deals with two facets. Whether the receiver is on the line of scrimmage or he's off the ball. Off the line of scrimmage as a Z receiver or flanker would be off the ball. The first one we're going to talk about is receiver being on the line of scrimmage. Obviously, the first thing, we can't be offsides as a defensive back. We got to know the neutral zone. Neutral zone is the width of the football. We're going to try and get as much of the line of scrimmage as we possibly can. All right? Our feet are going to be shoulder width apart. Same thing. We have to be loose in our hips. And what I tell my players is I want their hands up. Again, the only hand we're really going to worry about is our inside hand because we want to steer the wide receiver outside if possible. But we may use our outside hand. We don't want to overuse our outside hand because now if we use our outside hand, we're going to get run by and we're always going to be in a trail position. Same thing here. We want to be in an inside technique. We want to take the inside away from him by alignment. We want to force him now to have to stutter his feet and work to swat and swim me or rip me to get inside. But my position tells me right now he has got to release outside. Now, Central, by being in a stance, first thing he's going to do is, the vision is still the same. He's going to look up through the receiver. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at his feet. Here, Damon has his inside foot up. So unless he drop steps with his inside foot, we know that his outside foot's got to move first. And by moving the outside foot, I know I have a chance to strike him with my inside hand. As he's looking at the hip and Damon steps up, bang, I have a chance right now to stick him right in the chest. Head up, eyes up, and be in position now. Notice how Central hasn't locked out his arm. If he were to lock out his arm, now the advantage goes to the receiver because look where the weight just went. The weight just went back on his heels and his butt's down, and now the guy's going to get by him. I'm going to stick him just like a boxer, but I'm not going to totally overextend my hand. Now, pushing off my inside foot, I'm going to steer Damon outside. Now I'm going to open my gate up. And by opening my gate, all right, same thing. I push off my left foot. I'm going to directional step and swing my gate open to force Damon now. And again, with my hand shrunk, now as I push to extend, I'm going to throw my hip to his hip. And again, now we're on the inside hip position. All right? As Damon continues down the field, I'm going to maintain that hip position. All right? Now as we come down the field, how do I know the ball's being thrown? Well, I got to play through the receiver. If I take the front part of my hip and put on the back side of his hip and look right through his ear hole, I'm going to know what's up. If Damon's hips come down, the odds are now my hips are going to go down. I'm going to get ready to make a break because the receiver's breaking. If the receiver continues, he got forward body lean down the field, I'm going to maintain hip position. Now I'm going to get ready to play the football. What I'd like to do is, if I'm in the hip position, as we're running down the field, is try and take my outside arm to his inside arm and try and knock it down. So when the ball comes, he only has one arm to extend, and now I have a chance to get both my hands inside to him, and I can look and lean for the football. If I'm never in that position, I'm always slightly behind him, I don't have a chance to get my hands inside of his hands because now he's in position on me. Now I have to look to come over the top and get my hands through his and look back for the football through his hands in this direction. The third thing, if I am in the hip position and I don't win, come on right here, and I don't win, I can't get this arm over the top of his, and both his hands come up first. This hand's got to come through as I lean, and now this hand's over the top to try and disrupt and knock these arms apart by not allowing this hand to get to the football. I come up this one, now he's got to catch the ball one-handed. Again, Damon's got his inside foot up, so now I know that he's probably going to move his outside foot first. My aiming point is this pec. All right, if he's got two numbers, it's the inside numbers. A lot of wide receivers have one number, so I tell them it's the outside of their shoulder pad right here as my steering point. As Damon comes off the ball, bang, I shoot my hands, work to steer him outside, open my gate, throw my hip to his, and now I'm playing football. Now, here's where receivers sometimes get a little tricky with us. Damon takes his outside foot and just staggers it to even. Now he's even, and what he wants me to do is shoot this hand, so now I can push off my outside foot, swat and swim and beat him inside. And what we want to do is not allow him to come inside. So now and now only is the time now, as Central uses his inside hand and sticks, he's trying to stay balanced as long as he can. The weight's on the balls of his feet, all right? He's going to slide step inside, all right? As he comes down inside, now he's going to use his outside hand, and he's going to force him to try and wash him down, as we term it. And now I got to get my outside hip to his hip and be in position now to play outside in on him, but wash him down because, again, eliminate the inside throw, which is an easy throw for the quarterback. Set, hit. Whoa, Central quick there. He was very quick. He knew it was an inside move. He saw Damon's outside foot come up and stagger, bang. He did not come forward. There was no forward body lean in Damon. He could feel it as he started to steer him to the outside. He felt the pressure, opened his gate back the other way, and quickly, just like a boxer, moved his outside hand to stick the shoulder pad, and you got to hit him, or else he's going to get a clean release inside, and then threw his hip to his hip and washed him down inside. An inside release. Again, for Damon to go an inside release, he's going to stagger his feet. He's not going to come as far forward. Even if Central does hit him, he's going to push off that foot and work back inside. The thing Central, you saw Central do right there. He maintained himself as square as possible even when he punched. As he started to open his gate, he felt the pressure. He can't hold him from going back inside. Now again, goes back to the basic individual aspect. Pushing off, he pushes off his outside foot, uses that hand and arm, opens his gate, hip to hip, and pushes down inside.
But do that again, guys.
Do it again, Sant. Hip to hip, hip to hip. In closing, I'd just like to say that obviously Damon Moore and Central McClellan, I appreciate their help here today. They've been here 5 years, and they've really worked to get where they are right now, both of them with an NFL football team. I'd like to say that the things that we've just shown you are things that we need to work on, you as an individual need to work on every day, because if you don't work on the little things, if you don't start from the back pedal and progress yourself on down the line, and guys, it doesn't take more than 20 minutes a day, and work on it all time, not just during the football season. It's something you have to work on to be a good defensive back year-round. You'll have a chance to be in the NFL just like these two men.
These drills you've just seen Coach John Tenuta do with our football players are the exact drills that we do every day. If you're going to be a good football player, you've got to spend a lot of time on your own. You've got to spend a lot of time in the weight room. You've got to spend a lot of time on the football field during the summer. You've got to spend a lot of time off the field studying the films and dedicating yourself and trying to be the best football player you can possibly be. You know, everybody wants to win when you go on the field, but the will to win is important. The will to prepare to win is vital. That football player, that football team that has worked the hardest during the summertime, during the winter conditioning program, that has lifted weights, that has run those wind sprints, that has taken coaching, that has spent time in the film room studying the opponent's offense and the formations and strategies and things like that, is usually that team that's going to win. The team that makes the fewest mistakes will win that football game. You've prepared yourself as a team to play the best game you can possibly play. You're not going to make mistakes. You're going to play hard. You're going to pursue that football. You're going to get there, take the shortest route to the ball carrier, and get there in a bad mood. And if you do that and lay it on the line every play, you're going to come out with a victory. Teamwork. If you play on a football team, you're going to have to dedicate yourself. You're going to have to play within the framework of that team. You're going to have to take coaching. If you're a good enough football player, you're going to have a chance to win these kind of awards. We've won all conference awards. We've won the higher players have won the Heisman Trophy. They've won the Lombardi Awards. They've won the Butkus, the Bolitnikoff, the Thorpe. The very best football players in college football have come through our program, and they've been successful because they've done the drills that you've seen Coach Tenuta do. They've sacrificed. They've spent a lot of time in the weight room. They've dedicated themselves to being the very best that they can be. I think the number one lesson that I've learned, though, in football, and the number one lesson you can learn is self-esteem. Get out for football, make something of your life, don't waste it, get involved in teamwork, take coaching, dedicate yourself to being the best football player you can possibly be, and I promise you your life's going to be a lot better. Men, when you take the field this afternoon, give it your best shot. You've worked hard, you've prepared yourself. No football team has worked any harder. No football team is better prepared to play the best game that you can play than this team is today. Dedicate yourself. The next play is the most important play of your life. Last play is over. The next play is the most important play. Give it your best shot. When you come off that football field, I want you to be able to look yourself in the mirror and say, hey, I did my best. If you give it your best shot and you did your very best, I guarantee you, you're going to come out victorious. You may not win the football game, but you're going to come out victorious. I guarantee you that. I love this game of football. Certainly I would not be where I am right now without high school football, without college football. It's been my whole life. I've been a college football coach for over 30 years. I would not have gone to college without a football scholarship. And the game of football has taught me the lessons that have carried me through everyday life. I think some of the things you learn, number one, you learn self-sacrifice. If you're going to be a good football player, you got to work hard. You got to work hard. You got to have discipline. You got to believe in yourself. You got to have confidence. The next play is the biggest play of your life. The next play. How are you going to react to adversity? I think those are some of the things you learn. You're going to get knocked down in life. You're going to get knocked down in the game of college football. When you get knocked down, you got to get up off the ground and you got to keep going. There are going to be some disappointments. You're going to lose loved ones. You're going to have financial problems. You're going to have to make some sacrifices in life, just like you've had to make sacrifices to be where you are if you're going to be a good football player. I hope you've learned something from this tape. I hope you take the fundamentals, the drills that Coach Tenuta has taught you, and improve your individual play, improve yourself as a football player. And I hope you've learned something about what we do here at Ohio State with some of the team aspects, the hard work and dedication and desire, and some of those kind of things. And you can see if you do that, the rewards are going to be they're going to be outstanding. You're going to have a chance to win team awards. You're going to have a chance to win individual awards. And if you work hard, if you believe in yourself, and you have the confidence to be the best you can be, I hope you take this tape and learn something from it.
I hope you've enjoyed this tape by John Cooper. As you know, John Cooper has had great success at many places, Tulsa, Arizona State University, and has had a great tenure at Ohio State. His teams have been among the very top teams in the country for several years. And so we really appreciate his expertise in the area of secondary play, and I'm sure that you benefited greatly from listening to what he had to say. This Legends of the Game video is one in a series of instructional tapes made for coaches, athletes, parents, and fans of the game of football. There are a total of 10 tapes available covering all aspects of football. We sought out the best coaches in the country in order to produce top quality instructional tapes. If you would like to order additional videos or receive more information about the Legends of the Game series, call 800-230-3831 or write us at Coaches Direct in Lincoln, Nebraska. You may also fax us at area code 402-465-8849, or you can visit us on our website at www.coachesdirect.com. Thank you for your interest in the game of football.